Okay, we're recording. So welcome to the webinar, guys. I'm really excited to be here. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator of Teamzy. I'm also a Beachbody coach, just like you guys. And so I want to share with you this software that I started, and now there's 9,000 coaches have helped to get to the point where it is now, which is pretty awesome. But this is something that is built for Beachbody coaches. Not built, it doesn't exist somewhere else, and it was kind of like a coat of paint to look like Beachbody. This was built for us, a tool to help us be more effective and more efficient from the ground up based on the way we work our business. So I'm going to jump into it here in a minute and show you guys a couple of things. I'm going to show you, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into deep philosophical training. Some of you guys have been on my other trainings, and I love to do that. But today, I'm just going to get to the nitty-gritty. I'm going to turn on my Teamzy. I'm going to show you how to set it up. Some of you guys haven't set it up right yet, and that's okay. I'm gonna show you how to set it up. Then I'm gonna go in and show you how to do a power hour, okay? And it's really easy. Once you see the workflows that I demonstrate for you guys today, you're gonna be amazed how easy it is to use. Then I'm gonna show you how to follow up like a pro, because this is a huge piece that people are missing. Not just in Teamzy, but in general. The follow-up is something that I think a lot of coaches struggle with, so I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. I'm gonna do it as quick as I can, then I'll do Q&A. So there's a Q&A button at the bottom of your screen. You can put questions in there. You can start loading questions in there now if you already have questions. Chances are I'll answer a lot of them as we go. And then at the end, I'm going to go through all the questions. I'll stay all night if I have to answer the questions. Okay? So we've got over 200 people registered for this event, so I think we'll probably get some good questions. All right, so let's just jump right in. I'm going to jump over and share my screen. Okay. So you guys should be seeing my screen right now. I'm going to actually jump over to Teamzy. Okay. All right. There it is. This is the Teamzy dashboard. Okay, now I'm pretty sure all of you are using Teamzy at least in a free trial. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the setup process. You may have already done this, but I bet there might be some things you missed. So I'm going to go through it really quick because I want to make sure you guys got all this down. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to the setup wizard. When you first go into Teamzy, it brings you into the setup wizard. This is designed to make this super easy to set up. Any of you guys who have ever worked in sales in any other capacity other than Beachbody, or perhaps you've used another program for Beachbody, any sort of CRM, you know how hard they are to set up. It's like brutal. So I really wanted this to be easy for us. There's 3 steps in setup. We're going to set an income goal. First thing we do, we just set a goal, and then Teamzy backwards engineers that goal and tells us what to do every day. Okay, which is pretty awesome. Then we're going to create a powerful why so that we remember why the heck we do this every day, right? I'll get into that in a minute. And then we're going to get our contacts into Teamzy and get them ranked so that Teamzy can plan our power hours for the rest of our life. Pretty awesome. Okay, let's go to the first page. So here on the first page, you're going to set your goal. Okay, and it says right there on the screen, it's okay to dream here. Please set a good goal. Right? Like I really think everyone should set a 6-figure goal here. I really do. Now here's why I will tell you this. If you came to me as a coach and said, Eric, I'd like to lose 100 pounds in 12 months. Do you think I could do it? I'd say, yeah, you could definitely do it. Wouldn't you? I mean, if we put you on a system and you follow it for the next year, yeah. Now here's what I'll tell you. If you follow this system for a year, you can hit it. You can hit the 6-figure goal. Period. So do it. Put it in there. Just set it in there, okay, for the sake of argument. I put in 150,000 for mine. Let's go to the next page. Okay, so it's telling me now, in order for me to get to the income level of 150,000 12 months from now, I need to connect with 4,348 people. No big deal, right? Easy. Easy peasy. But if you have to eat an elephant, how do you do it? 1 bite at a time, right? 1 bite at a time. This is a really important thing for you guys to get. So I'm going to talk about this. Teamzy now takes that big number and it breaks it down. It breaks it between prospects, customers, and coaches, the 3 groups I'm going to be working with primarily. And then it breaks it down monthly, weekly, and daily. So that huge number, 4,348, is now 9. I'm going to reach out to 9 prospects. Who's a prospect? Everybody I know that's not on my team already. Right? That's a prospect. Who is a customers? These are my customers. I'm going to reach out to my customers, and then coaches on my team. I'm just going to connect with them. Just going to say hi, and I'll explain to you the whole point of that as we go. Also, I've got a goal of invites and ads each day. You can change these, by the way, guys. You can change these whatever you want. And I'll be honest. I'll put the real numbers that I work with on a daily basis. 15, 4, and 1. Okay, so you can change these as you want, and you can change them as you go. You can come back to this page at any time, into history as you want to change your goals. Okay, once I hit continue there, now those goals are set on my dashboard. They're waiting for me when we finish setting up. The next piece to set up, guys, is finding your why. Now, I know a lot of you guys skip this step. I know a lot of you guys skip this step. And it's okay, because you don't really need to do this step to use Teamzy. But it is important to do this, and I'll explain why. Because seriously, I want to look at you guys for a second. Seriously, if you don't know why you're a coach, like if you can't tell me in a meaningful way why you want to be a coach and why it's important for you to succeed at this, then you're going to quit. Then you're going to quit. That's the way people are wired to quit. You guys know that. You see it all the time. Customers quit, coaches in your team quit. That's the way we're wired. We come up against what I call a quitting point, right? Which is something that seems too hard to continue through. And we quit. The only thing that helps us persist through a quitting point is a powerful why, right? I mean, I'm sure you guys have read this book. This is like my 5th copy. They're all beat up. This is the best book. If you have not read this twice, 3 times, you should read it again. Seriously. But one of the things it talks about in here, you've got no willpower. It's a myth. Why power is where it's at. You need a reason why. You need a reason that will kick your own butt on a daily basis so that you can persist and be awesome and keep going. Okay? So now what's really cool is we've looked at a lot of different trainings on finding this and built it right into the software. So as we go into this, what it is kind of like a journaling exercise that's right here in the software just for you to work on to clarify your own thinking. Answer each one of these questions, and each one leads you into a little deeper thought process. So why'd you become a coach in the first place? So I'll just tell you kind of how my progression went. I became a coach because I figured I could make an extra $500 a month if I was a coach, because people were already asking me what I was doing. Okay, great. That's why I signed up. That's it. What did you hope to accomplish? Well, I thought I could actually save some money for a change. Why is that important to you? Well, because I was really thinking about somewhere in the future buying a new home for our family, because we've outgrown our home. What would that mean? So you see, each of these pieces became deeper, and I realized wanting a new home actually represented for me kind of the family life that I really longed for, and then why would that be meaningful? So as I got into this kind of deep thinking, I figured out this was my real issue was I was constantly worried about losing my job because I'd been laid off a couple times when the economy dipped. I wanted to have more financial stability. I wanted to be able to see my kids and my wife because I was constantly working or traveling, right? And I wanted to be healthy. So that was kind of how my why came to be. So you can see there's my why statement. So as you work through this, guys, in that last box, put your why statement. Now, here's what I want you to know. Even if your why is kind of cheesy right now, that's okay. Put something there for now, because like everything you do, you're going to get better at it as time goes on, and you can go back and change it and go deeper with it. But this is going to be on your dashboard. When you come to do your power hour, you just read what you wrote to remind yourself why the next 20 minutes of your life matter. Okay? Now, here's one thing I will tell you guys. Some of you guys are designed to avoid pain rather than to be excited about goals. You know who I'm talking. You know who you are. So what I want you guys to do is, in parentheses in your why, I want you to write, what happens if I fail? And awfulize it out, as you're good at doing. Awfulize it out. What's it look like if you give up? What's your life like if you give up? And if that's going to motivate you as much as looking at painting the pretty picture, then do it that way, okay? But you need to have that. You have to be able to kick yourself in the butt and have a reason to do this, a reason to persist. Okay. Where am I? Next. Once we get that, we go to the next stage, which is importing your contacts. This is the cool part. You get your whole Facebook list in there, okay? Import your whole Facebook list. There's a video that shows you how to do it. It's really easy. If you struggle with it, just hit the help button on Teamzy and the guys will help you through it. It's really easy. You're gonna get from the Coach Online Office, you're gonna get your coaches list and you're gonna get your customers list, okay? Import those in. If you use LinkedIn, you can import your LinkedIn list. You get everybody in there. Everybody you know, just get them all imported in there, okay? The cool thing is that Teamzy will actually filter out all the duplicates. So it doesn't matter if you have somebody on 3 different lists, they're only gonna come in one time, which is pretty awesome. Once you get everybody imported, the next stage will be ranking them, okay? And when you finish importing, it's going to automatically bring you to the page with your full list in rank mode. I'm going to show you actually how to get there if you just missed that. You go to team. Team is where your full list lives, okay? And then, you know, if you want to do a specific group, let's say prospects, you could just do prospects, okay? And then it's going to be in rank mode, okay? And what this does is it lets you go through your list quickly and give everybody a ranking. 5 stars, 2 stars, right? Or you could delete them right off your list, right? If you know it's like a junk record, which I know that is. I just imported my LinkedIn list yesterday. And so see, look, I already have Craig Ford on my list, but this one imported again because he put his phone number as his name and it thinks it's a different person. So I'll just delete that. See how easy it is to delete somebody? It's awesome. So as you're going through ranking people, you can rank them 5 stars, 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, and you just bang through your list and you rank them, okay? Just like you're doing a Netflix or whatever. Now, this is really important. A lot of people skip this. And I know there's some of you right now looking at the screen going, Eric, I've got 3,000 Facebook friends. This is going to suck. Here's what I'm going to tell you guys. First of all, it's not going to suck that bad. 3,000 people, 30 minutes. You could do that in 30 minutes. That's going to be the most work you ever do setting up Teamzy. Get a nice glass of wine, put on some smooth jazz, right? And crank it out. Now, here's why I say it's worth doing. Here's why I say it's worth doing. How much time do you spend every day planning for your power hour? Figuring out who's on your list, who you're going to be calling, getting yourself organized. How much time do you spend every day? Do you think it's more than 30 minutes over the course of a year? Of course it is. It's probably it's probably, you know, 30 hours, maybe more. Here's the other question I have for you. And this is really probably the majority of you. How many power hours do you not even do because you're not organized enough to get in there and do it? You know? I'm getting texts from my mother-in-law right now. Sorry about that. So just do this. Just do it. Now, I'm going to explain to you, first of all, when you do this, Teamzy will organize all your power hours for you. Let me explain why. I'm going to click this to explain what the ranks mean. A 5-star person, these are what these ranks mean, guys. This is somebody that's most likely to become a customer or coach or an existing customer or coach who's like a rock star. These are your 5-star people. And they're going to show up on your dashboard every month with a reminder that says, you know, hey, Eric, go reach out to this person and say hello, connect with this person. Now, a 4-star person, this is somebody that's likely to become a customer or coach with a little bit of nurturing, okay? Or they're just a solid performer on your team, solid performing customer. They're going to show up every 2 months, okay? Somebody who, a 3-star is somebody who you don't really know. They could go either way. Kind of, that's why everybody's a 3-star when they import. We import everybody's a 3 and you kind of can move them up and down. It's like you don't really know. They could do something, they might not. 3-star is actually, they're going to show up every 90 days. Every 90 days is kind of like the perfect amount of time to connect with people that you don't have a strong relationship with that you're building over time. And then a 2-star is somebody that is kind of colder lead. You're going to talk to them every 4 months. Okay, 1-stars are on your list. They're not coming up they're not coming up as a reminder. They're just kind of somebody you have in cold storage. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the reason why this is so important is because if you have a 3,000 person list, you got to prioritize your people. Your people have to be prioritized. You need to know who to spend the most time with. You should be investing the most time with the best people, the people most likely to advance your business. Also, your friends, your loved ones, your family. You should have them prioritized too. Because if you don't prioritize your time, the turkeys in your life will steal your time. They'll take up all your time. And you will not be able to work your business efficiently. You won't know who to contact if you don't have some sort of system to prioritize your contacts. So this will do it for you automatically. Okay, so make sure you go through and rank everybody. Okay, so guys, now you've got everything done. Everything is set up. You do all the things I just showed you. It's set up. When you come to do your power hour, you don't have to plan. You don't have to think. This is what I love about this. Like literally, do not even consider anything. Just go in here and jam at it. Okay, so first of all, I was playing with the ranks and I made her a 5-star. She should not be able to put her back. All right. So this is telling me I've got 15 prospects I'm supposed to connect with. You can see I've got 3 done. Each time I do one, the circle gets bluer until it completes. Then I'm going to go to customers, coaches. Okay, let me show you how to do it. First of all, I did all this stuff. I am the product of the product. Good. I can feel good about that. Now, prospects first. Todd Shea, first guy. How many? Well, I can't see your hands. I wonder how many of you are wearing a Teamzy shirt right now. Todd is the guy who printed them. So I'm going to use Facebook, guys, because I primarily talk to people on Facebook. I'm going to look him up and send him a message. Okay? So I sent Todd a message. Hey, Todd, just checking in to say hello. How's your day going? Hope it was an awesome one. Okay, just a nice message. Here's the thing. It's a connect. It's a connect. I'm just trying to say hello, start a conversation, let him know I'm thinking about him. Okay, so now I toggle back over to Teamzy. Now, you may not have noticed, but I copied that message really quick. So this is where you log it. Okay, you log it right here. What type of connect was it? It was Facebook message, and then I hit connect. Now, what's cool is Todd's off my list. You can see that number moved, and now I go to El Hori. El Hori, okay. Now, El Hori is kind of an interesting cat because he's not even in this country, but I don't care. I just connect with everybody. Here's the thing, guys. Do I look at somebody and go, is this going to advance my business? No. I believe that if I share the love in all directions constantly and consistently, it's going to do it. Now, how many people does El Hori know in the US? I don't know, it could be thousands. And he could be telling them to connect me, okay? So here's what I'm gonna do, boom. Look at this. I'm gonna use the same message just to be expedient. Good, copy. Look at this, I'm moving on to the third person. Don't overthink your messages, guys. Don't overthink your messages. Just bang through your power hour, okay? Facebook message, log. Rita, next person on my list is Rita. There she is. I know a lot of real estate agents. Those of you guys who don't know my background is in the real estate coaching and training industry. So these are all people that I've trained and coached in the past, all over the country, in some cases, internationally. So this is Rita. Look, I'm going to use the same message again. I might use this message 15 times, and now you guys can see how I can do my power hour in 30 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to copy that one again. I'm not going to go through 15. Don't worry. You get the idea. Okay. Let me just log that one. Great. Okay, so you get all your prospects done. Right? In my case, it's 15. I keep doing that until I get 15 messages out. It's like I'm sending out the messages in the bottle. Here's what I want to happen with the connect. I want it to be a nice message. When they see it, they kind of get a smile. They associate that feeling with me. They think about me for a second. I'm right here on the top of their mind. They in many cases will go to my Facebook page. They'll follow the message to my Facebook page, get caught up on what I'm doing, right? Which of course I'm promoting the lifestyle of being a Beachbody coach. And in the best case scenario, they respond to my message. So guess what? I do this 20 times a day. I will typically get 10 or 11 responses, right? So that's 10 or 11 conversations I get to have. Some of those conversations are going to move in a direction towards an invite, and I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. So once I go through this, I get my 15 prospects done. Now I go to customers. Here is just a little word to the wise. Don't do this in a different order. Don't do follow-ups first and then do prospects, customers, coaches, follow-ups. Do it in that order. Be disciplined about it, guys. Be disciplined about it because it's really important. Your prospects are the most important group to reach out to. Next is customers. So important to reach out to customers. Okay, so important. There's, first of all, well, let me just show you. You do customers exactly the same way, and typically I will do it. On Facebook the same way. Okay, so there's Elizabeth. Okay, so I'm going to give you my favorite message to send to customers. Hi, Elizabeth, just checking in to say hi. Is there anything I can do to make your day today? That's my favorite message to send to customers, to start a conversation with customers, okay? Because, look, they might have a problem. They might have a problem with the Beachbody's customer service, their Shakeology order. I randomly had 3 customers who got whey protein chocolate instead of vegan suddenly. This happens. And when I say, can I make your day today? They're like, oh, well, I actually have a problem. Great, well, let me make your day. You set the tone for how it's gonna go. So just do that. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy that, I'm gonna paste it. But I wanna talk to you guys while I'm doing it about why it's so important to reach out to customers. Because I talk to coaches all the time who've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people on their customer list that they don't connect with. It's crazy. First of all, here's my question for you, okay? And I don't mean to offend you guys, but I wanna ask it. You know, are you their coach or not? Are you their coach or not? Because if you're their coach, they need you to stay on track. And if you are not in touch with them, they're not on track. They're quitting. They're going back to being unhealthy, right? Very, very, very few people are self-motivated. We all need accountability and we all need support. So are you their coach or not? That's the first thing I want to say. From the standpoint of business, don't you want them to drink Shakeology for the rest of their life? Right? We want them to drink Shakeology for the rest of their life, for their own health and for our business health. We want that. Not only do I want them drinking Shakeology for the rest of their life, I want them to start buying Shakeology every month for their senior citizen parents. That's one of my goals. That's one of my goals with every one of my customers, by the way. And I constantly do that. I go, hey, you know, I just tell them, hey, my dad's 85 years old and I buy a bag of Shakeology every month to make sure he drinks it every day. It's made a big difference. They're like, I need to do that for my parents. Why wouldn't we do that, right? You guys, we have the magic beans, right? Okay, so you got to stay in touch with people to do that. You got to stay in touch with people to overcome their objections that they come up every 3 months when they walk by the vegan protein at Costco. Kirkland at Costco now makes vegan protein. I saw it yesterday. So, I mean, that's people go, oh, that's $18. Maybe I'll just get that. That's why we got to be in touch. Now, here's the other reason you got to be in touch with customers, guys. And I know I'm supposed to be brief because this is a webinar, not a deep team training. But your current customers are the hottest source of a new lead. Your current customer is the hottest source of a new lead. Or let me put it another way. The hottest source of a new lead for your business is your current customer, especially somebody who's getting results right now. Okay? Because those people are walking around excited and they are a billboard. They look good. What are you doing? You look amazing. Oh, I'm doing this thing. I'm drinking this thing called Shakeology. They're talking it up to everybody. Guys, you need to be in touch with these people and you need to be reaching out to the people who are getting success and you need to ask them who they know that would benefit from being in the next challenge group. Ask them who they know who will benefit from being in the next challenge group. Okay, and then if they come up with anybody, ask them to introduce you to that person. And then they don't have to like take you to coffee. They can just send a group text, put you on a group email, CC you on an email, say, you know, Eric meet Sally, Sally meet Eric. Eric's my Beachbody coach. You're asking me what I'm doing. I'm working with him. That's it. You just get him to do that, and then you take it from there. You put that person in Teamzy. You get them the information on the next group, and you stay in touch with them forever. To get off my Teamzy list, seriously, you got to do something terrible. Like the NSA has to come take you away in shackles to Guantanamo Bay, and I still might be keeping in touch with you if you've got Facebook. Okay, I'm kidding, a little bit. All right, let me get back to my screens. So stay in touch with your customer, you guys. Seriously, you got to stay in touch with your customers. No more of this crap where you don't talk to people. Listen, we got an email from Beachbody, was it last week, saying they're going to take back the leads that they gave us. If we don't convert them in 6 months, they're going to take them back. That shows you what we're doing as a network. We're falling down on this. Okay, so connect with your customers. Then your coaches. You get to your coach tab, reach out to a coach, same way. Quick message, chat. You can do something special. If it's somebody amazing, you can write them a handwritten card. Oh my gosh, that's the ultimate. That is just like getting a handwritten card from somebody who's amazing. Don't tell me you don't think so, because I know you have a shoebox full of cards from people under your bed. You know? But connect with your coaches. That's why this product is called Teamzy. It's about building your team. And being on a Zoom or a webinar or in a Facebook group with somebody is not the same as having a relationship with them. Okay? And coaches quit just like customers. And for the same reason. Primarily, it's the relationship vacuum. So have a relationship with these people. Teamzy's going to help you do it. Those of you guys who are super studs and have huge teams, this will help you do it in a manageable way. Okay? And you rank your coaches the same way so that they get priority based on what they're doing in the business. Okay, so you get your prospects, your customers, your coaches. You bang through those. In my case, 20 connects. I talked longer than it would take me to do it. I could probably do those 20 connects in 25 minutes, okay? I can do them from my phone mobile. I got new tires for my wife last week. I was at Discount Tire, waiting for them to put the tires on. Got my power hour done half the time. Read a book the rest of the time. Awesome, right? I love that. So cool. Okay, so now you get all these things done. Now let me show you the follow-ups. Okay, so the fourth tab is follow-ups. Follow-ups is where your fortune is. You guys have heard that, right? Fortune is in the follow-ups. A couple things I want to share with you that you may not know. Here it is. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-ups. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So how many of you guys follow up on an invite 10 times typically? Anyone? I wish I could see your faces, because I know most people don't. I know most people don't follow up that much because they feel like they're nagging people, right? Feel like they're nagging people. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you guys two things real quick. First, I am going to show you how to follow up like a pro using Teamzy, and I'm going to teach you how to follow up without being a nag. Pretty easy, right? Great. So, if you follow up the right way, people will thank you every time for your follow-up. Nobody's going to go, "You're so annoying. Stop being my friend." And if you do it this way, and they do say that, then it's probably a good thing. It's probably a gift for both of you. Okay. So let's get back in here. Let me show you what to do. So the first person that I messaged out today was Todd, right? So actually, Todd is messaging me back. See? Cool. So here's Todd. He's messaging me back. So he answered me. Now, let's just assume Todd and I have a great conversation, and through the course of that conversation, we're doing all the things that you guys are being trained to do, using form, finding out what's going on with him and his family, catching up, finding out what's happening in the summer, seeing what needs he has. Now, here was my goal. Every time I have a conversation or a chat with somebody, my goal, and I'm hoping by extension this will become your goal, is to help them. My goal is to help them in some way. Maybe it's to give them a smile, a laugh. Maybe they need prayer. Maybe they need advice on something, anything. Or maybe they need help with their fitness and health. That's where I'm going to really leverage the products that we have and the services that we have, right? So that's what I'm hoping to happen. But every time I have a conversation and I help somebody, I move the relationship forward. Every time I move a relationship forward, I am literally storing treasure in that relationship, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's say I have this long conversation with Todd, and I get him on the phone, which is what I always like to do if somebody's interested in learning more about a fitness program or what we're doing. Get him on the phone, we talk. Turns out that he is interested in joining the next challenge group. Okay? You with me? So here's what I'll do. The first thing I'll do is I'll look him up. He was Shay. Okay, so I'm going to look him up so that it brings up his contact record. All right? So I'm going to look him up. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go to activity feeds. See right here, there's details. This is like his address and stuff. Notes or any notes that I may have kept on him. And then activity feed shows all of our conversations, all of our connects. So there's that connect I did a minute ago. So maybe what I'll do is I'll edit that and I'll copy in the whole conversation that we had on Facebook so it's all on the record. Okay? So I'll do that. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send him an invite. So I'm talking to Todd. I'm on the phone. I go, hey man, I'm going to send you an email in a second. That email has all the info on the group. It has your links to order your challenge pack. It has some extra information, a couple of videos. Everything that you need to do for this group is in this email I'm sending you. And then what I'm going to do, Todd, is I'll check in tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Okay? So that's the conversation I have. So now I'm going to go into the Connect, and I'm going to say, okay, I sent him a 21-day fix. I just do that when I do an invite, okay, email. And so now when I do an invite, I'm going to click right here. See this little box? Is this connected invite? Yes, I'm going to click that. Now it wants to know what type. So it could be free group, challenge group, business opportunity. This is a challenge group invite. Okay, now I'm ready to log this. Now guys, this is where it's important, because if I just log this, it'll disappear for 3 months because he's a 3. So I told him I would check in with him when? Tomorrow. I told him I'd check in with him tomorrow. So look, I'm going to change this follow-up right here. I'm going to click that to tomorrow. Okay? Simple. Now when I log this, you can see now there's a follow-up set for him for tomorrow. That's easy. Now the cool thing about this is I tend to forget who I talk to because I'm just kind of one of those people. I'm like, going fast all the time. Who was it again? I don't need to worry about it because now he's on my follow-up list. I don't have to think about it. Tomorrow when I come through and I do my power hour, I do my prospects, my customers, my coaches. When I get to my follow-ups list, there's Todd. He's on my list. Okay? So tomorrow I'm going to follow up with Todd. Now, guys, Teamzy has helped me out, helped me remember it, set the reminder. He's on my follow-up list. He's hot. We talked about it. He's got ordering links, right? So now I'm going to connect with Todd. Now, here is where you set the tone, because my plan is to follow up with him 10 times. Why am I planning to follow up with him 10 times? Why am I planning to follow up with him 10 times? Because people are flakes, right? Come on, seriously. How many people take that link in 5 minutes and buy their challenge pack? Hardly anybody does that. I'm expecting him not to. My expectations are that I'm going to help Todd, get him into my challenge group, get him what he needs to be successful, give him the support he needs, and that he's going to make me work really hard to get him in there because I know that's the way people are. No big deal. So I told him I'd follow up with him tomorrow. So guys, when I follow up with him, I'm going to send him a Facebook message, and these are the words I will put in that first follow-up. Are you ready? Do you have your pens ready? Hey, Todd, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Hey, Todd, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, that's the message I'm going to send him. Now, why am I picking those specific words? First of all, when I talked to him, I told him I'll check in with you tomorrow. So now that I'm actually doing it, it puts a little deposit in his trust account. Okay, it puts a little deposit in his trust account. But those words that I used, like I promised I would, it took kind of the follow-up to a deeper level. Because now I'm letting him know, you know, it wasn't a big deal. We were talking, but actually it was a big deal to me because I really care. Like I had made that was a promise to you that I'm fulfilling. Like there's some deep caring and character on the line here. That's the tone we need to set. That's the tone we need to set. So guys, here's the thing I will tell you. Where's my screen? Here it is. So now you're coming in here, you're sending him that follow-up, right? That follow-up. I'm just digesting it so you get the idea. Okay? So there's your follow-up. Now set the next follow-up. Set the next follow-up. Every time, always set the next follow-up. Boom. Next day, I'm back in here. Hey, Todd, checking in again. Did you get my email? What questions do you have? Set the next follow-up. Day 3. Hey, man, it's me again. Just checking in. I want to make sure we get your order in time to get you in the group. Set this follow-up. Day 4. Hey, Todd, man, I know it's been a crazy week, but I want to make sure did you get the email? I want to make sure you have everything you need to be successful. Set the follow-up, right? 5th time, I might go to 2 days. Hey, Todd, it's me again. I'm really excited about all the goals we discussed. I can't wait to help you achieve them. Make sure that you get your challenge pack ordered so we can get started. You know, set the next follow-up. Okay, set the next follow-up. Always set the next follow-up. He stays on this follow-up list until he converts, dies, or tells me to go away. Okay, now what'll happen is sometimes is that you don't hear from them for a long time, and then you get a, oh my gosh, you're so amazing. Thank you so much for really being there for me. I really appreciate your level of care. You're going to get that. Worst case scenario, you never hear from them again. They just ignore all your messages. Okay, great. You know what you do after the 10th one? You take the follow-up off. You let them fall back into Teamzy. They'll show up again. If there are 3, like Todd, show up in 3 months. And then it's like, hey, man, how you been? You know, how's your day going? And that's when they'll go, oh, hey, yeah, I think I'm ready. This is what happens all the time. Sometimes that apple you think is ready to pick needs a little bit more ripening on the tree. That's all. You keep going. Nobody's ever going to fall through the cracks, though. Once they're in your Teamzy list, they're not going to ever fall through the cracks. They're always going to come back. They're always going to come back. You're always going to come back to them. It's pretty awesome. That's how you do it. Now, here's one more thing. I'll give you guys a tip on follow-ups on the phone, and then I'm going to start answering questions. If you're using the telephone, you know, like you're an old guy like me and you like to talk to people on the phone. I know a lot of you young whippersnappers don't do anything with it but text. But if you are talking to people on the phone and you leave somebody a voicemail, don't ever ask somebody to call you back on a voicemail. That's the most annoying thing in the world. Just saying, don't ever ask them to call you back on a voicemail. Here's how you persistently follow up with a phone, okay? Hey, Todd, it's Eric, just checking in like I said I would. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm no need to call me back. I'll call you back tomorrow between 8 and 10. That's the callback time I have set in my schedule. If you need me before that, here's my number, or you can text me. Okay, and then I put it in my calendar. At 8 o'clock, call Todd. So what do I do at 8 o'clock? Pick up the phone. Hey, Todd, it's Eric. I'll probably get his voicemail again, right? Because no one answers the phone. Hey, man, it's me again. Just checking in. I want to make sure you got your email. Just like same follow-ups that I would do on a message, except this time every time I'm going to say, no need to call me back. I'll try you tomorrow between 3 and 4. And I'm always going to give him a window of when I'm going to call. Because you come across so friggin' organized that way. It's really impressive, first of all. And by about the third day, they're like jumping to the phone because they know it's you. They know it's you. It works really, really great. So that's my tip, guys, for following up on a phone. But if you do want to leave your number, always tell them they could just text you back. Don't make them call you back. Okay. Awesome. So I went through that pretty quick. That's how you do your power hour, guys. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink this program and make it more complicated than it needs to be. That's how you crank through your power hour, and you spread love. Like in my situation, in about 30 minutes, I'll connect with 20 people every single day. I'm going to spread all that love in 20 directions every single day. And it's going to just compound. It's going to compound. It's going to compound. It's going to compound. The other thing that's going to happen, you guys, is when you post on Facebook, your number of likes is going to be stupid all the time. Like you're going to post something dumb and you're going to get 200 likes and go, wow, that's amazing. Because people are really interested in you when you're interested in them. It's crazy. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to look at the chat real quick, and then I'm going to open the question and answer. Go into the Q&A right now and start putting your questions in, okay? And I'll get through them. Let's see here. Tina's power hours have never been better. SE10, 2 months in a row. Good way to go, girl. If you have customers and not on Facebook, do you email them? Okay, so here's what I do is I do have people who hate Facebook Messenger, so I will try to text them if I can text them, okay? I will email people. There are a few people who have said, please email me, and I just put it in their notes and I email them, if that answers your question. Okay, great. Everyone's congratulating Tina. Okay, so I'm gonna jump to the Q&A. Okay, this is the best part. Amanda says, are there any plans to eventually add a separate circle for biz intros specifically? I feel like I fill up my invite circle with challenge group invites and lose track of how many biz intros I do each day or week. Thanks. Well, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I like that idea. You can, Amanda, just so you know, you can on the activities report, you can filter that report so you can see how many invites you did in each category. I don't know if you knew about that, but that's cool. Okay. Make sure that you put that idea, Amanda, in the online community for Teamzy too, so that we have a record of it. Okay, Courtney says, can you import Instagram people at all? The answer to that is yes, you can, but is there an easy way to do it? Not really, because Instagram doesn't let you export your followers list, okay? But you can manually enter them, no problem. So I really recommend that you go through Instagram, and the people that are interacting with you, you move them over and put them in Teamzy. Or if you friended them on Facebook, then that's already handled. I know some people have had like a teenager that's lying around, manually put them in. You can put them in one at a time as you meet people, or you can create a spreadsheet, convert it to a CSV, and import it, okay? The same, by the way, my answer that I just gave for Instagram is exactly the same for your Facebook like page. Facebook does not let you export your Facebook likes because they don't believe they belong to you. Legally, they consider the likes on your page belonging to Facebook, not you, okay? Can we change the days? I want to come up more often. I want to do every 2 weeks and 30 days. Shanna, that's Shanna Holt's asking that. That's been requested. It's not ready yet, but I do believe that's on the list to be able to customize the frequency of your, of your up next. Here's what I will tell you though, not to poo-poo your idea, but the frequencies we've set are ones that we have found over the past 15 years of working this program, but in real estate, to be really effective amount of touch points, if that makes sense. So if you've got a specific list that you want to work more aggressively because there's a specific reason, you can tag those people and work a tag group separately from your dashboard. Okay, and if someone else asks me about tags, I'll show you how to do it. Okay, Courtney Badger asks, when you add new people to your Facebook every day, do you manually add them or do you keep importing your list? I personally would manually add them because it takes less than a second to add a person, right? And it makes the little circle go, which I'm obsessed with getting my circles filled in on the dashboard every day, which is good, right? I mean, hey, you can go catch Pokemon or you can build your Beachbody business and get the same excitement and dopamine hit from both. You can import your list again occasionally, and then it will filter out the dupes. But here's what I do. I'll show you what I do all the time. Okay, I'm just going to show you. This is just my little hack. Okay, on Facebook, where am I going? Go to me, go to my friends, and then I go to this, recently added. This page is awesome, right? So you go to your recently added friends. So every few days I'll come here and I'll make sure everybody's in Teamzy, which is, to me, it's really fun. So that's what I do. I go in here and do the recently added, make sure they're all in Teamzy. Okay. And then to add, I'm sorry guys, let me show you because I know some of you guys don't know how to do this. To add onto Teamzy, there's just this button at the top, says add contact. Boom, you just put them in there. Bam, bam. Okay, so Courtney is the one asking the question. I add her in. And the reason I also like to add people in individually is because I can rank them and I can set a follow-up for them. Right? So if I make a new connection, like somebody friends me, I'll put them in here, and if I don't have time to message them, I'll put a follow-up for tomorrow so that they're on my follow-up list and I can connect with them right away. Okay, let's see what's next on the questions. This is fun. Tina asks, do you set follow-ups with Beachbody leads once you send the initial connect message? Yes, Beachbody leads, yes, sorry, I had to think about that. I do. With Beachbody leads, I do. So typically those are emails, right? Because we don't often we very rarely get Facebook. My email asks them to connect with me on Facebook, and it's like 3% will do it. Sometimes there's phone numbers, but for some reason, people still have landlines, and it seems to be landline phones all the time. You guys notice that? So it's typically email. So I will email them the welcome email, and then I do a 5-day follow-up. I set it for 5 days. And then in 5 days, I send them another email. So the first email is kind of like, hey, I'm your coach, and this is my story, and how can I help you? Tell me about your goals, right? We all have the same email pretty much. 5 days later, I send them a specific email that says, I have a challenge group coming up on this date. I'd love to get you more information. Would you like more information on that? And I get a lot more responses on the specific challenge group email than I do the first one. So that's what I do, is I do the initial, then I do 5 days, then I don't do any more follow-ups. This is just me. I'm not perfect. That's what I do. Then I don't do any more follow-ups. I let them flow into Teamzy, and I connect with them as they come up. Okay. If we are adding, Beth Brandsetter asks, if we are adding to our network daily, how often do you suggest we import a new friends list into Teamzy? I think you should be adding people daily. In fact, if you go here right now to the dashboard, you'll see that it makes you do an ad goal every single day. Why should you do it daily? Because it's just really, that's the best discipline for doing it. It's like, why do you work out daily? Why do you eat well daily? Right? We need to be building our list daily. It's just one of those things that you want to do every day so you feel like you won the day. This is a really important thing. Everything here is set up for winning just one day at a time. Okay? Because if you can keep your focus small, you can build your business big. Right? That's an important principle. If you can keep your focus small, you can build your business big. I want you to think about it exactly like a Beachbody program. You can't do 21-day fixed workouts in one day. You need to do them every day for 21 days. If you really want to see the compound effect, you got to be consistent at it. Okay? That makes sense. Okay. Is there a way to import for Instagram? We answered that one. Can you give an example of what you say in your invite? I guess it depends on, well, let me just show you guys something, which is kind of cool. Am I still sharing my screen? Yes, I am. If you go to this page right here, promote, if you go to this page, there's some really cool like sample dialogues and invites and things here. So if you look, like right now it's set to Teamzy, so these are the ones that we've built in for you, like checking in with people, right? New customer from the Beachbody Lead program, right? So these are different things that you can do. There's different invites, right? Checking in on the customer, just different things you can do. Okay, and then if you go to the community, these are ones that are other people have put in. So awesome. And if you guys have a really good template, please upload them to the community. So these are ones, over time, these are going to become really robust, where different people have put in template to leads that work, right? Let's read that, I'm curious. So, you know what I mean? This is Caroline's, which is awesome. Caroline is awesome, by the way. If you're, I don't think you're on here, but if you're on here, Caroline, hello. But look, now what I can do is Caroline wrote this, right? So I can click prepare to send. And now I can go in here and just go, my name is Eric. Okay, make sure that it's the way I want to do it. Put in my URL there, boom, put in my name, and I can send it to somebody. It's so cool. Okay. I hope it answered the question. Julia Chang says, so as soon as I get a new prospect, I input to Teamzy right away, or you wait till you have like 10, import them all at once? I personally put them in instantly. I put them in instantly. That's just me. You can put them on all at once if you want, but you know, however you want to do it. I'm excited when I get a new prospect. I whip out my phone and I add them to Teamzy instantly. Does the import exclude do not contact? It does not exclude them, but it puts them in as a 1 star so they don't show up on your dashboard, okay? Because you still want to have the count of customers and things like that. Amanda says, I totally didn't know. Okay, great. Now she knows. Tina says, it is sometimes so hard to keep conversations going. Any tips? It's like the power hour goes quickly, but then you have conversations to keep going. Messages that came in from what you sent the day before. Sometimes it is so overwhelming. Absolutely true, Tina. First of all, can I just say something? This is the same Tina who's been Success Club 10 2 months in a row using Teamzy. High five. Now, Tina is overwhelmed with the conversations she started. That is a good problem to have. That is a good problem to have. However, here's what you got to do. Okay, I could do a whole training on time management. You have to create now you've created a power hour to start the conversations. You should have an hour. You should have time blocked where you answer your messages. Okay, so if it's getting overwhelming, just have some times where you have messages. Just put it in your schedule. You know, between 3 and 4, I'm going to go do all my messaging. Okay, and that's cool. And then over time, you can let people know that's kind of how you operate. You've got these times that you do it. So, so don't get overwhelmed by it. Another time, it's kind of funny, but it seems like people really like to do message 2 times, really early in the morning and like at bedtime. So it's up to you. I mean, I personally, a lot of times will be hanging out, you know, right before bedtime, messaging back because people are messaging me at that time. Okay. Kelsey Bevins asks, how can you determine who is likely or cold for ranking? I have a ton of people on my friends list I haven't talked to in years. Should I keep them all at don't know rank for now? That is a great question. And Kelsey, for now, it's just going to be based on a gut reaction to their name. If you don't know, leave them at 3. 3 is the perfect amount for it. The 3 is perfect for everybody you don't know. Okay? Just keep them at 3 stars. You're going to have very few 5s. I just want you guys to know that you're going to have very few 5s. I forget who it was that asked that they wanted to talk to people every 2 weeks. Here's what I will tell you. I've been teaching this system in one way or another for different businesses for the past 15 years. And if you have enough 5s that you can count on 2 hands, then you are somebody with very high emotional intelligence and very great relationships. Okay? You're going to have very few 5s because talking to somebody every month is really frequent. You'll find out when you do it. It's really frequent. Hey, how's it going? It's been exactly a month since I talked to you again. How are you again? It's going to feel really awkward and pained with people that you're not very close to. So you'll find that you'll go, oh, I'm demoting them to 4. It's going to happen quickly. So don't overthink it, guys. Don't overthink it. I think 3 is going to be great for you, Kelsey, for most of those people. But again, there's no perfect system. Your first time through on the rank, you're just going to do it from the gut, and then you're going to adjust as you go. okay? Just, here's one caution for you. Just don't demote people as a way to avoid contacting them, okay? So don't demote people as a way to avoid contacting them. Make sure that you're still doing your contacts. Okay, Mary says thank you. You're welcome, Mary. Tracy says, I wanted to say how amazing Teamzy is for someone who has ADHD like me. By the way, can I just respond to the ADHD thing? That just means you're a brilliant entrepreneur. That's what everybody else calls us because we're not falling in line like lemmings like them. So, you know, own that as a power. All right, I'm wondering if there's a point to the money part of the sales portion under Connect. I mean, for the purposes of tracking earnings. Okay, that is a great question. And this is something that is under construction right now. Very soon, guys, you'll be able to import your commissions reports from Beachbody, which is going to help you track your earnings so much better than adding them one at a time. Right now, you can add them one at a time. And I know most people aren't even bothering to do that because it's too much work. I personally am not doing it either. I'm waiting for the import. But we do need to track earnings. It is important for us to track earnings because down the road, what we want you guys to be able to do is understand the results of your activities. Understand literally what the dollar value of your connects are. So when you get some data in there, after we get all your sales and stuff in there, I'll teach you guys how to do it. You can actually look at your ratios and go, bam, this is how many connects I make, this is how much I earn, and every connect I make is worth this much, right? And so let's say it's worth $25. How many Facebook messages can you send if I gave you $25 cash every time you did it? It's so powerful to have that information. So I'm glad you asked that, Tracy. Okay, and she also asks, is there an export feature for that portion or is it only on Teamzy? There is a report that you can export. Okay, am I sharing my screen still? Yes, I am. So if you go to this activity history report, you can export this. And it does let you look at your sales. See? So you can filter that and you can export that and it exports it into a giant spreadsheet. Okay. There's going to be more robust reporting too. One of the reports that's on the list is a report that you guys will be able to email to your upline showing them your activities for the week. So you can have some accountability and you can have your coaches on your downline do the same thing. Send you their Teamzy report for the week so you can see what activities they've done and who they've done it with. Keith says, I've only been using Teamzy for 2 days so far, doing 20 connects with prospects a day, and I'm shocked by how many responses I have been getting. This system is fantastic. Hashtag my sore fingers. My sore fingers. I can't even read. Awesome, Keith. I'm glad to hear that. Keep it going. I know. It's amazing what happens when you connect with people. Brittany Bender says, I'm a new coach, only added about a month. Man, I wish I had this a month in. Oh, man, I wish I had this a month in. How long do I form and build the relationship before I present challenge groups, Shakeology, etc.? I feel like I've been doing a lot of communicating, but not necessarily gaining customers. Okay. So, you know, Brittany, I don't have an exact answer for you. I mean, you got to use your own emotional intelligence on this as you move the conversations forward. What I don't want you to do is hose your whole warm market the first month and then have nobody to go back to because they're like, she's a network marketing girl. What I recommend is if you don't have a challenge group scheduled, you get one scheduled, schedule a challenge group, start posting all about it like crazy on Facebook. And then you can just do an oh, by the way, with people you've talked to. Oh, by the way, it was great connecting with you. I just wanted to let you know, I do have a special group starting on July 30th, and let me know if you're interested, you know, just so you can start planting the seed that you're doing this. That's one way you can kind of bank shot it. But if you're talking to somebody, they're like, what are you doing? And they're really interested, and you get to the point where you're forming them and asking them about their goals. I mean, that's the key. It's like, what are your goals? Do you have goals? Physical goals? You know, oh, you want to lose some weight, or you want to firm that up, or you want to do that? Like, what are your goals? And as soon as you can get people starting to talk about their goals and really identifying where they need help, that is where you can really get in there and start offering them solutions, if that makes sense. Okay, and I know you're probably lean into your upline. I'm sure they have a lot of training on that too, but that would be my advice for that. Okay, Vanessa Mata asks, you gave an example of people that don't follow up. What if the person follows up but then goes moot, then follows, then goes moot? Do you have any suggestion on how to work that with Teamzy? I'm not really sure what Vanessa, I'm not really sure what you mean by goes mute. Like they just don't respond? Is that what you mean? They don't respond? Do me a favor, Vanessa. Clarify that for me in another question, and I'll get it later in this line. Okay. Tina says, thank you. Great. Kelly says, will there be an app in the future? Right now, there is a mobile optimized website that you guys can get on your phone that works just like an app. Okay. So I want you to, let me put it in the chat. I'll put it in the chat for you to make it easy for you guys. app.teamzy.com. Okay, app.teamzy.com. Go to that in your browser on your phone, and then save it to your home screen. Okay, it's gonna look just like an app. Let me show you. Here's my phone. Bam, just like yours, probably. Works on Android and on iPhone. Oh wait, let me show you what it looks like. Look, there's the little icon. See the little Teamzy icon right there? Click that, boom, and that takes me to app.teamzy, which has got my sign-in saved. Right, boom, there it is. I don't know if you can see that with the light. Let me get it close so you can see it. See, there's my Teamzy dashboard. Pretty awesome, right? See the big purple add button on the top so I can add people to my list. Pretty cool. You can do everything on your phone that you can do in Teamzy. You just need a computer to set it up the first time, and then you can do everything on your phone. Okay. Okay, boom. Vanessa says, what if you have to fix a discrepancy after the day refreshed? Currently, Vanessa, you can't set like a connect for yesterday, but that is on the list, the development list, so it won't be long before that's there. If you have to go back in and, like if you want to log something you did yesterday, you have to log it as today. If you want to edit something that you already logged, you can do that. You just look them up, you look up that person in the lookup bar, and then you go to their activity feed and you edit it. Shanna says, do you add people you friend request or wait till they have accepted? I would wait till they have accepted. However, well, I don't know. Now that I think about it, I might add them and then put a follow-up, you know, because then you'll know to send them a message and see if they accepted you or not, right? Otherwise, I might never think about them again and not remember that I sent them one. So it's not an exact science, right? You just got to do your best with this. The most important thing is connecting with people consistently. Okay, Courtney Badger says, one of my coaches only has an iPad and iPhone. Does Teamzy work easily? Not on desktop. Teamzy works great, Courtney, on iPhone and iPad. However, she will need to borrow a computer to set it up. Okay? She will need to borrow a computer to set it up. This is true of any CRM software in the world because iPads, iPhones, mobile devices do not handle files like spreadsheets. They don't handle those. They don't save them. They can't upload them. So you have to use a computer. I have had people go to the library and set up their Teamzy. They took 15 minutes to get Teamzy uploaded, get their contacts uploaded, and then go back to their iPad. So she will need that for that. Okay. Megan Greger says, is there any way to redo my free trial? I kind of snoozed and loosed. Now I want to try it, but I need to prove to hubby it's worth the money before. You got to ask, right? You got to ask. Megan, do me a favor. Go to Teamzy, click the help button, and send that request formally through Teamzy, and the guys will take a look at it, okay? Sybil Cooper asks, is there a mobile app or do you go through browser? Okay, I just answered that. app.teamzy.com. Tracy DeCecco. I agree with the convo part. Sometimes when they just fall flat, it's hard to know how to get it back on track. Here's the thing I will tell you guys. It's okay if it falls flat. It's okay. You have a conversation. Look, sometimes I get a response that's like, I'm doing great, Eric, great to hear from you. And it's kind of like you get the feeling that they're saying, thanks for checking in, but I don't really want to talk to you right now. That's okay. Just let them go. They're going to come back on your list when they come back on your list. And each time they get a little bit warmer. But here's the thing I will tell you, okay, Tracy, is if you're reaching out to 15 or 20 people every day and you're talking to 10 and 6 of them fall flat, but you're having 4 great conversations every day, don't worry about the rest. Just keep going. Just keep going. Over time, those people will connect with you. Now, here's one more thing I will tell you guys that has randomly happened to me because now I've been using Teamzy 3 months or 6 months. some random things have been happening where I'm coming back to people, 6 months, I'm coming back to people like the 3rd time and they haven't responded to any of my messages. So it's kind of weird, right? Unsettling when you pull them up on Facebook and you're like, I sent a hi in December and then March, and here I'm doing it again and you haven't responded. Then all of a sudden I get a message that says, this happened to me twice 2 weeks ago. It blew my mind. Hey, I'd like to talk to you about becoming a Beachbody coach. Okay, great. You know, or another person said, I really want to buy Shakeology. Can you help me with that? It's like, okay, yeah, let's cut to the chase. Forget the conversation I wanted to have with you. Let's go for it. Here's the thing I will tell you guys. When they fall flat, they're still looking at your Facebook posts. They're still engaging with you in their own way. Okay, that relationship is still working. Okay. Amanda says, now I feel like a bum. Can't figure out how you separate or filter those business intros from challenge group invites. Like you said, would you mind showing? Okay, sure. So we went to, oh, I got your Q&A thing here. We went to this activity history report. Okay, that was the first thing. And then when you do your filter and you click on invites, now it lets you filter. Okay, that's how you do it. So if you just wanted a business op, then when you hit apply, it will then show you those. Okay. All right, let's see what else we got. Tracy's laughing at something I said, but I don't remember what it was, but it must have been good. Okay, Kelsey says, thank you. You're welcome, Kelsey. Sybil says, do you flag customers that are in the challenge group that you want to check in with more frequently? I do. I definitely do. Again, when somebody goes into the challenge group, there's a couple things you can do, okay? One is you can tag them for that challenge group so that they have their own group. That's what I think is the most efficient way to do it. So let me just show you how to do that. So look, if you come into my team page, you can see that I've done this. I've got groups going, right? So different groups, like here's a February group. Okay, so I didn't do a very good job with that one. But so I sometimes tend to get rid of these tags after a while, delete them so I don't have them. But let's say you create a group like this, tag February 22nd challenge group. So everybody in that group will show up over here. So you can actually create a group of everybody that's in your challenge group. And then when you come to this page, you click on that tag, whatever it is, and it'll give you everyone in that group. So you can go through individually with them and follow up, okay? Which is the way I like to do it. You can do all kinds of stuff with these tags. You can do things like, you can see I started tagging people with 21 Day Fix. The tags is new, so I haven't had a chance to go and tag everybody, but I want to tag everybody with like all their programs so that when a new program comes out, let's say it's an Autumn Calabrese's program, I can go in all the people who like all of Autumn Calabrese's programs, and I can specifically reach out to them and tell them there's a new one coming out, right? The same thing with Tony Horton, whatever. I can go in and the people who typically buy 3-day refresh will typically buy it 3 times a year, I found. So, which is awesome, right? So the 3-day refresh people, I want them in a group so that I'm checking in on them constantly and going, hey man, you want to do a fresh? Or if it goes on sale, I want everyone to do it. Does that make sense? Also, I love when the 3-day refresh challenge pack is on sale. It's my favorite because when people have gone dormant on their Shakeology, then you call them up and go, you know, hey, just wanted to check in and let you know, I know you haven't been getting Shakeology for a while, but there's a great deal. You can get 3-day refresh and Shakeology for $140 a month. People jump all over that, which is amazing. Okay, so there's my answer, Sybil. Probably more than you wanted. Tracy says, Yahoo, that will be awesome. Great, I don't even remember what it was. Blast email option, timeline update, Morgan asks. Morgan, I love that you're always on me for this. I know it's being worked on. Here's what I think. I think it'll probably be near the end of August. So not too far away. Not too far away. And if it's sooner, you'll be stoked, right? Okay. Here's the thing I'll tell you. Okay, Morgan, I'm going to give you some information on that. We started out looking at MailChimp. We started out looking at MailChimp. We love MailChimp. MailChimp rocks, right? And we were going to integrate Teamzy with MailChimp. Then we found out that MailChimp hates network marketing. I don't know if you guys knew that. Like you can't, they'll cancel your account if they find out you're doing network marketing. So we couldn't use MailChimp. So we started looking at other programs like Aweber for example. And the reason we were looking at those is we wanted to have somebody who really knows how to do email marketing just plug in so that we didn't have to build that and you guys would have like the best tools. But we also don't want you to have to pay extra for it. So we're looking at those, integrating some of those other third-party apps, but we've got guys really digging deep into the Google API, because I know that some coaches have liked some of the functionalities in, what's it called? What's the Google add-on that people use? I can't think. Streak. Some people like some of the email stuff in Streak. So Streak is just an add-on to Google. So we're like, well, if they use the Google whatever, the plugin to Google, if we could. So right now they're researching what could be the best options for us, but it's coming soon. And it's going to be awesome. Okay. Tracy, I'm the first person to say your last name correctly. Hey, I've been around a lot of Italians. I've lived in New Jersey, lived in Boston. What can I say? All right. Vanessa asks, okay, so by mood on my other question, I do mean they don't get back. So they do respond at times, sometimes not for a long time. Follow up the next day or 2 or 10 times. Understand that the person is not interested and set the follow up to default. Yes, follow up the next day and the second day and the 10 times and keep going. And then if you get to 10 follow-ups, Vanessa, and they don't respond, just set them to default. But don't forget about them. Just know I'm going to pick you up later. You need more time on the tree. That's cool. No big deal. Okay? No big deal. Some people need more time. I have had people say they're interested and back off multiple times over. One of my coaches on my team, who's amazing, Lucy Loxon, she said no. She said, I'm kind of interested in 21 Day Fix. No, I'm not interested. Not yet. For like 18 months. And then she came on as a coach, and she's awesome. So I never gave up on her. All right, Sybil, exactly what I wanted and thought you would say. Okay, good. Keith, I'm going back to college next month as a non-traditional student/coach. This system is a godsend for allowing me to stay organized in my business while getting used to the demands of student life again. Absolutely. You know what? Here's what this is built for everybody who only has an hour a day to do this business. You only have an hour a day. You don't have time to screw around and think about what you're going to do and scratch your head. You need to get in there and kick butt. You need to get in there and just go for it, and just go for it. It's terrifying to me to message somebody every day for 10 days. Well, Megan, okay, to clarify, I wouldn't do it every day for 10 days, but I would do it every day for 3 or 4 days, and then maybe start backing it off a few days each one, okay? If you're getting no response, 2 days, and 3 days, and 4 days, and then, okay. All right. But here's the thing. Terrifying to what? Send somebody a message on Facebook or send somebody a text message? Why is that terrifying? It's not like they're going to, you know what I mean? It's the safest way, the most passive way to communicate with anyone ever. Don't be terrified. Just do it. Just do it. You're going to feel great. Okay, I got all the questions answered. Do we get anything in here? Okay, great. I think we got it all, guys. So thank you guys for being here, for hanging in till the end. We did record this. So we'll put this recording on our Facebook page tomorrow. Also, you guys will all get an email with the recording link as well in a couple of days. I want to thank you guys for being here. Hopefully it was useful for you. Please continue to kick ass with Teamzy. And by the way, if you guys have a team that you want to do, you want to schedule a specific team training for your team, we are willing to do that as long as you have at least 25 coaches come to the call. So click on the purple help button, or there's actually a banner right now on your Teamzy dashboard asking if you want to do that. Click that and say, yeah, follow up with me. I'd like to get one of those scheduled. We'll be happy to do that for you guys. So thank you again for being here. Have an awesome night. I hope to see you, a bunch of you guys at Summit. I'll be wearing this t-shirt, so you'll be able to find me easily. We'll see you then. Have a great night.